This is the review of the Apol Kraken 2021. Do stay tuned to find out more about this chair and how it feels sitting in this chair for the last 1 month. Also, if it's your first time here, please don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe. I'm your host Thiru and this is Random Review Squad. I think we can all agree that we have all been sitting a lot the past few months especially. And our butts deserve better seats, especially in 2021. So that's why I've been sitting down a lot. It's for you guys. It's all part of the plan. The more I sit, the more I know about the chair, the better the review for you guys. And Apol very kindly sent me a throne to park my butt on. Okay, I gotta stop with the butt references. Now, I got the Apol Kraken. Someone my size would probably go for a behemoth, but they didn't have the fabric one in stock, so I decided why not try the Kraken one out first. I mean, it can't be all that smaller, right? And I was right. The Kraken did fit somewhat. I also got sent a bunch of premium cushions with the Apol Kraken, but I will be doing another video about that, so stay tuned for that. This video is solely about the chair, the stock chair that you buy, and the cushions that come with it. I didn't want to feel the heat, so I got the fabric version of the Apol Kraken. It comes with a nice blue stitching. The Apol logo is on the head pillow, the headrest area of the chair, and the lumbar support as well. So very minimal, really like it. Although the stitching is a bit uneven here and there, it still does look pretty decent, especially because it's black and a slightly darker blue. Yeah, so if you look at this part of the stitching, this part is lower than this part here, and it's a little bit awkward. It seems like it's been pulled down lower. If you look here, there's some areas where the stitching is actually coming out for some reason. Yeah, so apart from that, like the stitching, the rest is all fine. The cloth, the fabric itself is comfortable, it's soft, it's nice to sit on, it's not too hot, it doesn't reflect back your body heat, especially back onto you. And you know, you don't worry about spilling things or like, you know, accidentally dropping things on the chair. It's great. Fabric is great. Now let's talk about building the chair. So I actually got the chair unbuilt. It came flat pack basically. So it's pretty easy to, you know, pull everything out, 15 minutes at most. But the main part that I took the most time for, like took me about 2 to 3 hours, was actually setting up the side. The side area where you link the base to the top half of the chair. It was a little weird, but it took very long for some reason. The screw didn't go into the whole lining, or what do you call it? The thread didn't catch. So it was really a struggle, and you can't really fix it alone. You really need someone to hold it up while you're screwing that in. And at some point, I felt like one side was actually taller, or the screw hole for one side of the chair was actually higher than the other side. So there was actually an uneven gap from the upper body of the chair to the lower body of the chair. Let me just show you that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like the gap here and the gap here are very different. Like, so it's very obvious that one side is actually taller than the other, right? I'm not sure why it's like that. It might be a small defect, but it's not like it affects the whole experience of seating, you know? So yeah, I didn't really find that an issue, even though it was a bit awkward that one side is taller than the other. It doesn't affect your seating experience, so that's fine. Now, without the lumbar pillow, this chair actually has a cave in for the back support, so it doesn't actually fit me fully. It just lines the side of my body well. You know, it follows the shape, but it's still like pressing into my body, so it's not as comfortable as it would be, and it's like going inwards, right? So I'm not sure if it's good for the back, but of course the lumbar pillow solves that issue. They purposely caved it in so that you can actually put in the pillow. Now that brings me to the question, why would you make a chair that needs the pillow, right? It is also a question that a lot of the other YouTubers have asked. If you're making a chair that requires a lumbar pillow to feel comfortable, then what's the purpose of the chair? No, I mean, why don't they put the lumbar support into the chair in the first place? It doesn't make sense, but there it is. Yeah, glad that they give the lumbar support with the chair, so you can actually have a better seating experience. It's comfortable. Now, speaking about the pillows, the lumbar pillow and the head pillow are actually harder cushion. They're not as soft like memory foam. So I have this certain fear that over time, if you keep using it, it's gonna flatten out and it's gonna cause some issues in terms of providing the same comfort. Now, I don't use the head cushion. I don't use the head cushion behind me. It's there, just there for this video, because it's pushing my neck too far out. So that's a no-go. I usually just remove it and resting my head on the normal side. You pull it up. Normal part of the chair, the normal headrest is great for me. This is fine. But the lumbar pillow is definitely needed. So I actually tried out the difference between the premium lumbar pillow and the one that comes stock with this chair, and I would really suggest you get the premium pillows. Even though the stock one is good. Yeah, but I won't go too much into detail about the premium pillows and how they change your life with this chair. So let's talk about the controls. The controls are pretty easy to use. The side buttons on the armrest allow you to swivel the armrest like this and push it back and forth. Well, there's no real button that actually prevents the swivel, but it's strong enough to just hold its place. Even though it's a little bit shaky, you can actually push it back and forth. And it's cool that this button here is really simple. It's easy to use. There's no other gimmick or no other like shiny lever that you need to pull in some weird way. You just put your hand here and do what you need to in terms of adjusting, and that's great. Even though it's not really contributing to the design, right? But it still fits into the aesthetic, and it's a better user experience than most of the levers that I've seen. The next one, of course, is the one that's back here, right? This one allows you to push in and out. Push the armrest in and out. Okay, and then you have one more lever here, which allows you to lift the armrest and down. Right, so everything, all the controls are in places that are so easy to find and so easy to use. Now, this lever is the main lever for the upper body. If I were to pull this, I would sit back like this, right? And if I were to pull it again, it is able to come up with no issues. The more you pull, the less resistance there is, of course, and you can let go to the setting that you like. If you were to look under the armrest, you have this lever here, and on the other side, you have another lever here. All right, so this one just determines whether you can rock the chair or not. Right, so I can actually rock the chair now. And I can lock it at a position that I want, right? And that won't move. And I can unlock it, and then I can let go and then lock it again. So this is a lock and unlock. The other one, yeah, this one allows you to reduce the height and increase the height, which is great. So the height is not a lot. You know, my leg is still not 90 degrees, but it's still better than most chairs or most office chairs out there, which are really short. And it works. Now, let's talk about the base. So basically, as you can see, it's a metal construction with the wheels, and it's got a little bit of plastic grip on the ends of the metal rim. Is that what you'd call chair's base? I'm not sure. Yeah, so basically it's a full heavy metal construction with plastic grips at the ends if you want to put your legs on them, and then you have strong plastic wheels. Now, these are not like heavyweight or anything, they're actually still plastic. Yeah, the one thing that I wish that chair companies would do is actually adding locks to the wheels, right? I've had this issue with the Kraken. When I rest my leg on the pillow rest or the leg rest, there's an issue where the chair just moves backwards. It's a little bit awkward on how you try to position yourself. If it was a bit sturdier or you could lock the wheels, that would be much better. I haven't really seen that being implemented into chair wheels as of yet, right? I've seen tables have locks on the wheels, so why not the chairs? Yeah, so that's the base of the Apol Kraken. Well, overall, the last 1 month with the Kraken has been really interesting and really amazing for me. This is way better than the chair I used to have. This is a comfortable chair. I'm not gonna lie, it is comfortable. I've been sitting on it for long hours. It is pretty comfortable, especially with the premium lumbar cushion. When you have the premium lumbar cushion, the size doesn't really matter anymore because you're not sitting in to the cave-in of the chair. So it's a different experience. So I would suggest if you were to buy this, at the price of 398 SGD, this is amazing. Like, this is a good buy. This is a budget gaming chair and it's a pretty decent buy. I haven't tried full on the other chairs yet. If you've visited Sean Koh's channel, he actually has a full review about like 10, I forgot the number of chairs, like the whole range of chairs that companies in Singapore are offering, and we actually did a comparison. So you can actually hop over to Sean Koh's channel and take a look at that. But before you do that, make sure you hit the like button and smash that subscribe button. It would be a great help for me. Also, leave your comments down in the comment section below if you also have an Apol Kraken chair. It'd be great to hear what you've experienced and how it's been for you. Until next time, I'm your host Thiru, and this is Random Review Squad.